For more than 12 years, a movement founded in São Paulo, Brazil, has rushed as a river of abundant love to her great cities, flowing to and now reaching Bolivia, Paraguay, and the United States. This movement is known as the Fraternity, the Poor of Jesus Christ. As a way of life, they serve the poor and devote themselves to bring joy and love to the least among us. I experienced this movement and their mission from Kansas City to South America, and it changed how I understand my call to share joy and love forever. This family of friars and sisters, lay associates and volunteers traveled the streets to comfort the poor, the drug addicted, the sick and hurting. The Fraternity, the Poor of Jesus Christ, offers a meal or a caring ear, as well as invites these, our neediest, into their homes. But what they really bring is the living water that flows from the heart of Christ to the hearts of God's children, to refresh souls who don't believe the Spirit can fill them. I would like to introduce you to the story, the people, the mission, and the work of the religious order and lay members known as the Fraternity, the Poor of Jesus Christ. Both the lay organization and religious order known as the Fraternity, the Poor of Jesus Christ, was founded in São Paulo, Brazil by Father Gilson Sobrero and Sister Serva in 2001. As the numbers grew, so too did the close relationship between the lay members and the religious, with all filling critical roles in the overall missions with their own and shared talents and resources. Those in the religious order are Franciscans who devote their total lives to Christ. Their brown habits of St. Francis and St. Clare of Assisi show an outward sign of their vocation, yet the habit reflects an inner simplicity and striving for living fully in God's will. Working beside the friars and sisters are the lay associates and volunteers. This called community supports and shares in the missions, fundraising, and growth of the order. They are married and single, students and professionals, laborers and leaders, ingrained in the mission of the Fraternity, the Poor of Jesus Christ. They are called beyond their daily lives to carry joy and peace into the secular places in which they work and live. Over the past 12 years, this movement has expanded throughout Brazil and into Paraguay, Bolivia, and the United States. Over 54 religious houses stand as centers of support, religious guidance, safety, and instruction to the poor and all of those in the community they serve. Their guiding mission statement is to seek Jesus completely and belong completely to Jesus. They call it their charism. Their charism remains a mantra to focus their direction as they grow the movement into new countries and cultures. It helps them to further widen their hearts to see Christ in the poor, the marginalized, the young, the aging, the sick, and the lonely. The words of Jesus Christ hang in their houses on a poster with pictures of service to the poor, and over those pictures is quoted from Matthew 25, verse 35 through 40. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. And the king will answer them, I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me. This is the template for their work, and a constant reminder of who they are and who they are serving. Weekly groups of religious, lay associates, and volunteers travel to local neighborhoods and streets to bring food, comfort, and a listening ear to the homeless and the addicted. Whether 3 friars visit runaways hidden beside roadways in the Amazon city of Manaus, or a group of 20 provide bread and tea to throngs of the addicted in São Paulo's crackland, this is where the charism lives, because they are seeking Jesus in alleys, parks, and in front of the shuttered buildings. Walking into the prison, you see waving hands through the bars. In a youth detention center, there is nothing youthful but the faces of the boys. A handshake must suffice for hugs, and the music for freedom. But the smiles of the visitors provide a calm breath from the loneliness of their surroundings. Project Magdalena welcomes women into the Sisters' protection and provides guidance for those who want to escape environments of prostitution. The Order humbly knows God's generosity and organizes ways to spread that abundance to the ones that need assistance through food and clothing. The houses of the religious sisters and friars are open to the poor for showers, haircuts, grooming, laundry, breakfast and lunch. Those seeking to leave the street, wanting to escape addiction, or convalescing after medical attention are welcome to stay. Those seeking to continue recovery from addiction may choose the Order's 9-month rehabilitation program. In Brazil, there are 11 locations for men and 3 centers for women. These country houses, as they are called, provide a peaceful and therapeutic place for treatment. The results of the time and patience in these centers has turned many lives around. Spiritual counseling, a long-term facility for the elderly and sick, youth events and retreats, community concerts and theater performances, along with vocational experiences for discerning youth. The Fraternity the Port of Jesus Christ is a youthful movement, attracting the young in age and young in heart. This inspired energy combined with service to the poor encourages many to modify their direction and feel the rush of spirit flowing inside of them. Men and women in all of these countries served, and so many backgrounds, are being drawn to vocations as sisters and friars, or volunteers and lay associates to serve beyond their neighborhoods, friends, and families to a much larger family. It is only through generous gifts of time and donations that their beautiful work can continue. Drug rehab and long-term care facilities are run completely by donation, at no cost to those in recovery. Their missions expand and run as Providence provides. If you are inspired, think how you are being called to be God's hands of support. It may be by meeting this community in person, helping with the missions or projects, or you may wish to share your heart and resources with a donation. In my journey, I discovered a new way starts with a choice. And for many like me, it is a turn in the river of life, an awakening from a troubled sleep. And the river reminds us of the Holy Spirit that calls to all of us to make the journey.